Hello, everybody. This is Code Ward. Today, we're going to go through a crash course on XUMM. So first and foremost, what we want to do is open up our device and we want to get XUMM installed here. So first thing you got to do is go to the Play Store or the App Store. And we're going to look up XUMM here. And that should come up right away. And we're just going to go ahead and hit install there. So while that's installing here, just to note, XUMM is a non-custodial wallet, which means you are completely in control of your own keys. And so this gives you a lot of power over your own funds and assets. It also comes with its own risks. So something to be mindful of, because non-custodial wallets put a lot of power in the hands of the user. So something to be mindful of there. So what we'll do is go ahead and open XUMM now. And as it loads up, this is our first time installing here. So it's going to walk us through a few things. And so basically payments and payment requests on the XRP ledger. Alrighty. And now the first thing it's going to do is get us to set up a passcode on the app here. And so we'll just use a simple password of 111111. Okay. This is what we'll need to unlock the app here. Now I'm just using an Android emulator, and so this will be just a dummy account. After before the video even gets posted, this account will be basically removed and deleted. So even the secret keys you end up seeing, no point in copying them down and trying to access the account. It's going to be gone. Anyways, so as I was mentioning, XUMM is a non-custodial account, meaning that your funds aren't in XUMM's custody, but live on the XRP ledger itself. So you can only access your funds with your account secrets as generated by XUMM or imported into XUMM. So if you have your account on another device like a Ledger Nano or Decent or even through Gatehub, you will have a secret key or recovery words with them. You can actually import that into XUMM here. That's in another video. So we'll go ahead and hit I understand, because this basically means that XUMM and XUMM team cannot access your account. They cannot recover your funds if you make a mistake or lose your keys. As I said, this is a non-custodial wallet. So just go ahead and hit I understand there. So with that being said, keep your secrets safe. Only you and your account secrets can access the account and your funds. You alone are responsible for keeping them safe. Okay. With that being said, do not ever give your keys out to anybody. Assume that anybody asking for your keys or your recovery words is a scammer. Nobody will ask for them. Nobody legitimate. So keep in mind, transactions are permanent. XUMM cannot revert transactions or recover funds if you make a mistake. Transactions are instant and irreversible. It is an immutable ledger. So, as mentioned, your funds live on the XRP ledger. XUMM is an XRP ledger client application, which means it acts like a portal. Your funds don't actually exist in XUMM. They exist on the XRP ledger. XUMM just acts as a portal or a midway, like a front end, for you to be able to see your funds and transact with them. So yeah, we'll click I understand that all of my funds are stored and registered on the XRP ledger, not in XUMM. Okay, so back to my point, never, ever share your secret keys. XUMM and the XUMM team, nor anybody legitimate, will ever ask for your secret or recovery words. If somebody does, or asks you to enter your secret somewhere, you are likely being scammed. Please do not ever do that. Please do contact with as much information if you do have an incident similar. Alrighty. So understand that we will never share our secret keys with anyone, nor enter them anywhere else. If so, you are asking for your funds to be stolen. Alrighty. So when you change your device, using XUMM with a new device will require you to re-enter your secret keys for any accounts that you have previously created. This is the recovery process. So while we did mention don't ever give your keys out, if you do need to ever recover your account, you will need to use those secret keys to recover your account. Again, if anybody's asking for those keys, do not give them to them. You do it yourself. Alrighty. So keep your secret keys safe and offline. Alrighty. So if you do have any questions or require support, don't hesitate to reach out to the XUMM team. They're a very friendly crew and very helpful. So you can contact them via the support channels via support.xum.app. So as noted here, the only trustworthy channel for XUMM support is support.xum.app. Alrighty. So we'll go ahead and hit continue here. So at this point, it's going through and pulling us up the terms of service. I know many people skip through the terms of service, but it is in your best interest to actually go through and read these. I know too often we skip through, and for the example, I'm actually going to just kind of skim through here quickly. There's a lot of really good, important information in here that you should be privy to and understand. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and skip through here. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and hit confirm here. All right, so this is, well, what you might end up coming up is with a what's new screen. These are just release notes of the most recent fixes and improvements there. You can go ahead and read through them if you want. I'm up to date on them myself. Alrighty. Now at this point here, we don't have an account. All we have is an empty wallet. So if you already have an account like a Ledger device, you can go and import that. Although we can also go ahead and create a new account here. So I'm going to click add account and we're going to go ahead and create a new account. Again, as mentioned, you can import an existing or you can also connect using a Tangent card. I will have a video regarding Tangent cards in the future as well. So again, we'll go ahead and hit create new account here. Alrighty. So now only you can touch your funds, but you will have to keep the secret numbers safe. These are your recovery keys, and it consists of 8 rows labeled A through H, containing 6 digits per row. Write them down on a piece of paper and keep it safe somewhere. If your device crashes, you lose your phone, you break your phone, you swamp your phone, or you just upgrade to a new one, and you do not have your secret keys, you will lose your funds. And again, never share your secret numbers or your private key with someone else. If you do, odds are you will likely lose access to your funds. So we'll go ahead and hit next. Now, what we'll do here is just going to write these down in a separate pad here, because again, this is just a temporary account. So we'll go ahead and hit next. And I'm just taking these down in a separate window because you will be prompted to re-enter them to make sure that you have at least jotted them down. All right, there we go. So I finished writing them down. Next up, it's going to ask me to go ahead and put those numbers back in here, just to verify that we have in fact gone through and written this down properly. Alrighty. Sorry, folks, this does take a bit of a minute while we go through, but it's a good thing to keep note of because this is an example of the security that goes into XUMM Wallet. And that's the primary focus with XUMM and XRPL Labs there is their primary focus is around security of assets for users, which I think is fantastic. There was a point there where we were going through and having updates and they were expected to be rolled out, but the team wanted to make sure that everything was as safe and secure as possible. So the update there was actually postponed. And some people were a little upset about it, but you know what? Myself, I would prefer a outstanding product over something shoddy that could potentially lose my money, you know what I mean? Alrighty, so once we have our keys inputted here, we're going to go ahead and hit next. And again, we're going to verify that our address is correct. And then we can go ahead and hit confirm. Now, we've basically imported a new account on the XRP ledger. The account is not activated yet. And so we'll need to activate that by sending it 20 XRP. Now, the 20 XRP is a account reserve. It is still your XRP. It is still in the account. And I'll give an example and show that in a moment. However, what ends up happening is the 20 XRP that's added is not part of your available balance, but it's held in reserve to keep the account active. Now, this is an anti-spam feature of the XRPL or the XRP ledger, and it just basically keeps people from spamming the account with excessive amounts of dead accounts that, don't have any balance to them. So what we'll do is go ahead and hit next, I understand. And then what we'll do is set it up with a password here. So go ahead and hit next. And now what I'm going to do is use my super top secret password of not password 1. And then we'll repeat that password here. And again, it's not password 1. Super top secret, I know. Word of advice, use a stronger password. This is just to be used as an example here. Alrighty, as I mentioned before, after this video is recorded, this account will be merged, deleted, and removed off the ledger. So go ahead and try to recover it. You're not going to get anything out of it. But we'll go ahead and hit next. And we'll give the account a label. And I'm going to call this Crash Course. Alrighty, so then we'll go ahead and hit next. And there we go. Our account creation or import is complete. And we've just added our account here. Alrighty, so you'll notice here that our account has been created, but it also say that the account is not yet activated. So we can actually go through and activate the account through a number of means by simply sending it XRP from an exchange like Bitrue, Whitebit, Uphold, or many other exchanges that do still have XRP listed. We can also activate it by sending it XRP from another wallet. So that's what I'm going to do in today's example here is I'm just going to go ahead and hit show QR code, and that's going to prop us up a QR. Now on my physical device here, I'm going to go through and send, actually in this example, I'm going to say 25.01 XRP. Alrighty. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit scan. And there we go. So I'm going to hit next. And on my other account, I'm getting a warning just saying that the destination account hasn't been used before. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and send over the XRP there to activate it. And so in this example, I'm sending 25.01 XRP. Now what that is the 20 XRP account reserve, 5 XRP for a Trustline that we're going to add, and the other 0.01 is to cover transaction fees. So now, as you'll notice, our account is now activated and we have 5.01 XRP. But I thought we sent 25.01. And so as I was explaining before, this icon here, the explain option, if we go ahead and tap that, that will show us here that our total account balance is 25.01, our available balance is 5.01, but our wallet reserve is 20 XRP, all right? So in this example, if we go ahead and we add the casino coin trust line here, there we see it. We're gonna assign add the transaction. And so this will go through and add the CSC trust line. So if we slide to accept there, we're gonna put in our trusty password that is not password 1. Alrighty, and we'll sign that request. Oh, it says we typed it wrong. Oh, that's why. We have a exclamation instead of 1. That explains it. So we'll go ahead and hit sign now. There we go. So we're signing the transaction and verifying. Alrighty. And successfully submitted. So now you'll see here our balance went down by 0.000012 XRP. So that's the cost of a network transaction on the XRP ledger is 12 drops or 0.000012 XRP. And now we have our CSC Trustline. But we're also not showing that 5 XRP that we were before. So if we go back and click explain again, already, we still have 25.009988, which is minus the transaction fee. And so we'll see we have 20 XRP for the reserve and 5 reserve for the CSC token. Alrighty. Now, the more trust lines that we add, the more XRP gets reserved. Each trust line reserves 5 XRP. So as we've seen here, there's other trust lines that we can add. We see Sologenic, Elysian, MG Social, and there's also other ones available through Gatehub for like Bitcoin, Ethereum, so forth. Every single one of these trust lines will use 5 XRP in reserve to add that to your account. Alrighty, so just keep that in mind. Now the 5 XRP is easily returned. So if we were to go through here and hit remove, and if we remove that trust line from the account, that 5 XRP would be returned to our balance. Alrighty, so we'll actually show that as an example here. And we'll put in our trusty password that is not password 1. Alrighty. And so once that's submitted, there we go. So it's been removed, and you'll see now we have that 5 XRP back. We've also spent 12 drops for the transaction of doing so. So I'm going to re-add it here so that we can continue with the example. And we're going to re-add the trust line here for Casino Coin. And we'll slide to accept, and we'll say not password 1. Alrighty, perfect. So now it's verifying, and in about 2, 1, there we go. All right, perfect. So there we go. So again, we've used a transaction, which costs the network fee. We've got the CSC trust line re-added. And now what we can do is we can now withdraw from Bitrue, or we can send from another XRP account. So we can see that here. If we were to go here and we pull up our QR code, I'm going to hop off into my other account here and open up XUMM. And the great thing about the XRP ledger is that you can easily send any asset that's hosted on the XRP ledger just as fast as XRP. So Casino Coin here will actually go through and send just as quick. So right now I'm putting in my password already, and I've copied the QR code, and I'm hitting sign, sending, verifying, and in 2, 1, 0, boom, there we go. That quick. See, so sending XRP, Casino Coin, or any XRPL asset sends just as fast to send an XRP. Cool little thing, eh? Anyways, so that there is the basics of going through and setting up a XUMM account. Alrighty. And now if you were to want to add another account to your XUMM wallet here, you can easily do so just by hitting switch account here. Alrighty. And now here we can go through and add an account. We can import an existing account. We can add a new account via Tangent card, or we can create a whole nother account if we wanted to. Alrighty. So if you were to import an existing account, you have a couple options here: full access or read only. So full access is as it sounds. It gives you full sending, signing, and receiving authority over transactions on the account, whereas read only will only let you view the balance and receive transactions. However, if you do by chance accidentally set your account up as read only, you can upgrade the read only account to a full access account later on. So if we just go ahead and hit next, we do have a couple different options for importing an account. You can use the secret numbers, which are like the ones that we were given when we first created the XUMM account here. The secret numbers are native to XUMM, or you can use a family seed, which is a secret key, basically starting with the letter S and then preceded by a bunch of numbers and letters there. The casino coin swap folks may recognize that as that would have been the secret key that you used for the swap. And then if you wanted to, you can also use the mnemonic here, which is a 12, 16, or 24 word mnemonic, which is used for hardware wallets like Ledger, Trezor, or others similar so. And so from this point, you would just select your preferred import route, and then you go through and enter your recovery phrase or your secret accordingly. So that there would be the import process. Now, a cool little thing here is we can also go through with Casino Coin and hit exchange. As of the moment, so we have 1,000 CSC, but we don't have a lot of XRP. So I'm going to switch this around, and what you're going to see is we're actually going to go at this point, and we can sell our CSC or buy CSC directly in XUMM. Now, this is a market trade, so you're basically getting 1,000 CSC regardless of what the price point is, okay? If you're looking for a better price point, take a look at my DEX trading video in which I go through and explain how to connect XUMM to the XRP toolkit. And that goes through explaining how to set like limit trades and so forth. For this example, we'll just go through and exchange the 1,000 CSC for XRP. And yeah, so here we'll just go ahead and put in our trusty password of not password 1. And we'll go ahead and sign that request. So now we see that we're verifying. And there we go. So we've successfully converted our 1,000 CSC into 2.82 XRP. And so we can see that reflected here. Our CSC is at 0. So as we don't have any CSC anymore, and I'm going to be clearing this account up, I'm just going to go ahead and remove the Trustline here. So again, any request that's processed on your account, whether it's adding, removing a Trustline, setting a trade, or anything like that, you will have to sign the transaction just to verify that you are the owner of the account. And there we go. So we've gone ahead and removed the Trustline, and we've retrieved the 5 XRP reserve. And there we go. So now there's other nifty tools in the XUMM app here that are great. So you have the Gatehub Trade xApp here, and this one's pretty nifty too. So it's just like using a centralized exchange or using XRP Toolkit. And it's actually more like using XRP Toolkit because Gatehub actually utilizes the XRPL DEX to perform the transactions there. Right, so we can go through and we can select, okay, so we don't have any currencies set up there, but if we wanted to trade here, we could. And so we can buy XRP or sell XRP, in this case, for USD. So Gatehub offers a USD IOU. One thing to note is that it's not USDT, it's not USDC, it's a USD IOU. So if you were to withdraw back to Gatehub and withdraw that to your account, you'd be withdrawing USD. That there is the Gatehub Trade xApp. And then there's also a nifty tool here where you can check the account worth as well. So if we had a bunch of different assets in here like XRP, Casino Coin, Sologenic, MG Social, Elysia there, then you could come in here and see the total balance and the breakdown for each. So that there kind of will give you a breakdown of like your XRP is worth $32. Say we had like $100 worth of Casino Coin and $50 worth of Solo. It would give you the full breakdown here and how much the total balance is worth here. And so one thing to keep in mind is that the value calculation here is based on the decentralized exchange and is subject to the liquidity. Alrighty. So this would basically be equivalent to if you were to dump your entire balance. So if there's a huge jump in the market orders, you might not get as much as you would if you were to just piece it out and set limit orders there. So that's one thing to keep in mind. So we'll close out that there. And there's a bunch of other xApps in here as well, like the Tangent Backup, which I have a video coming on this soon. You can also order Tangent cards. And then if we click on more xApps here, it gives us a list of other xApps that are available, including the account merge, which is what I'll be using to actually remove this account before I post the video. So I'll be merging this account off into one of my other accounts there. And then we also have the xApp history. This gives us a history of the xApps that we used, because after a while, this list is going to build up quite large, and there's going to be a lot of xApps in the future, I imagine. So the one that I did want to highlight here is also the XRP Ledger Tipbot. This was developed by a Casino Coin community member, Flying Fox. He's on Twitter as @ForexCadet. And so what you can do is actually hop on Twitter, and if you say sign with a tweet, this will load you up a unique code in which you can go through and basically connect your Twitter handle to this account. And that will let you start sending tips on Twitter. You can also set that up via using tipbot.tips. So that there is a crash course on using XUMM. A couple of nifty features, though, that many people don't know about is that you do have a events history here. This will keep track of every and all transactions performed on your account. The profile is something that is coming soon that will basically allow you to be found by your phone number or email if you choose. You can unlock and earn badges. You can have a profile. And I believe that also will lead into XUMM Pro, which will have KYC abilities as well. Now, via the settings, there's many nifty things in here as well. So you can actually go through, if you had multiple accounts, you could go through and change the order of the accounts there. Alrighty, you can add accounts. You can also edit. So if you wanted to change the label or the access level, or even the security level, or the password, you could do so. And you can also toggle it from being a hidden account in XUMM as well. Alrighty. And lastly, you can remove that account from XUMM. Now, if you are removing that account, just understand that clicking remove account does not delete the XRP account off the ledger. That account will still exist unless you delete the account first using the account merge tool. So next up here is we'll go through the general settings. And so we have different settings here as well, like there's a dark mode, but you'll have to basically restart in order to those settings to take effect. But you can also select different currencies, and many are available, whether it be the euro, Japanese yen, British pound, Canadian dollar, Australian dollar, Swiss franc, and there's actually a whole list of other ones too. So that's just general settings. You can have an address book, so you can add contacts. So if you want to add friends and family members that also have a XUMM account, it makes it quick and easy for sending people payments. The one that I find I use the most is actually security, because I do a number of videos here. So one thing you can do for additional security is basically setting this toggle. If you set it and you fail the passcode 10 times, it will delete your account. I would strongly recommend making sure that you have your secret or your recovery phrase backed up well before clicking this button. There's been a few users have contacted me and stated that they can't remember what their passcode is. And if they have this toggle set and they fail 10 attempts, they will not be able to recover it without that secret or recovery phrase. So one big thing to keep in mind. What many people will notice is that if they try to take a screenshot of their XUMM account, it actually won't let them. There are security policies in place that prevent it, but there's a option here that you can on select to block taking screenshots. Now I can take a screenshot of my account if I wanted to. Now, the great thing is if I were to close out the app and reopen it, and we can see an example of that right now. So we'll go like this, open up XUMM. There we go. Now, if we go back into settings, security, it's re-enabled. That way we don't accidentally forget and leave it available for screenshots to be taken. This is another security measure that was put in place. So there's also further advanced settings. So you can set like the node that the XUMM app connects to. And what we can also do with the Explorer here is, as you'll see, it's xrpl.org. We can actually switch this over to use our favorite Explorer, like the XRP Scan Explorer or XRP Intel. So my favorite to use is XRP Scan. You can also register for push notifications, see the version that you're running, the changelog, and device IDs and so forth as well. Now, if you're into development, there is a developer mode as well, which will allow you to play around with the XUMM SDK. Very interesting thing. If you're looking to help build out the XRP ecosystem, definitely something to look into. It's really cool. And so, yeah. So that there is the settings and essentially the crash course on XUMM, from installing XUMM to creating an account, importing an account, the xApps that are available, the settings and how they affect you, and as well different configurations. So if you do have any questions, I am available on Twitter via @CodeWard1, or I'm also available in the Casino Coin Discord. If you like the video, go ahead and give a thumbs up. If you like the content that I'm providing, feel free to subscribe because I will be coming out with more videos in future. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you found the video helpful.